yeah, Tim said it's 7 people waiting, so it must be showtime. All right, so welcome everyone to our monthly food for thought. Here we are in our glory. And thank you everyone for joining us on our monthly food for thought. As you know, is always a platform where you can learn about personal development, about mentorship, about how to better go through life, how to heal maybe certain things. So if you're all interested in that kind of stuff, then you are at the right spot. Okay, so welcome everyone here in the house. Let's see, we've got our lovely team, Ian from Scotland. So let's say hello to Ian.
Hi, folks. Yeah.
How are you?
Fine. Surviving.
Surviving.
Surviving under this horrible weather we've got out here.
I think you look very thriving, not surviving.
No, I don't think so. Thanks very much. It's uh, it's
Look at
it's it's
you.
it's the fresh air.
The fresh air, exactly. And the
Aye,
potatoes.
that's it. That's it. That's it. That's
That's
it. Aye.
it. And we've got Chris and Tim, of course, in
Hey,
Callio. How are you?
we're fine. We're fine, very well, thank you.
Yeah. How are you, Chris?
Fine as well. I just gotta get new passport, and that's a bit stressy. But
On the good side, you are coming up to see me as well.
Yeah.
You are going to Puerto de la Cruz next
Have you ever
week,
been to
right?
a restaurant called Vespa?
No.
I fancy going and checking that out. I'll send you the
Okay.
link afterwards.
Vespa. Sounds interesting.
It's the theme is the Vespa scooters, you know.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
It's up near
So,
you, I think.
haven't heard anything about that one. So, let's see in the chat who we have got. The funny thing is, I have to really say that on Monday I put out the link for the topic. Oh, by the way, our topic tonight is what advice would you give your younger self? So I was really surprised that on Monday I put out the topic, the link, and we already on Monday had 5 likes. So thank you very much, whoever put them out there. That shows a lot that you, have a lot of hope and and you know that you are in the right spot here. So hello everyone in the chat. Let's see who we've got. We've got Ian at home and Ian on screen. We've got It's Craig. We've got Emma Kelly. Hello, hello, hello. Carol Smith. We've got Trisha Slater. Hi, Trisha. And Marialti. And more are coming in. So say hello in the chat. And I'm looking forward actually to this discussion. The thing is that this month we didn't really have a topic set as we usually have. Ian and I, we usually get together and talk about what topic we can suggest, and then we have suggestions coming in, of course, from our viewers by email. And there were a few which we will put in with this topic as well. However, I was doing yoga, and I really didn't feel the topics that we had set to discuss. So I thought, okay, all right, get in the flow, in the yoga flow. And then I thought, okay, how do you feel about that topic? And then some downloads came. So I thought, this might be a good topic to actually talk about. So the younger self, your younger version, what would you nowadays, as the older version of yourself, what would you tell your younger self? And also let me know in the chat if this happens to you as well, if you're actually still talking to your younger self. I know I do. A lot of times I speak to my younger self. I even have a sort of like an image of her, and we have great discussions. I actually enjoy that little girl. She's quite funny.
Call the hospital immediately. Call the hospital. She's lost it. She's
Girl
lost the
talk.
plot,
She's
I'm afraid.
lost it.
Girl
Yes.
She's
talk.
lost the plot.
No,
I
I
talk to
do.
my younger self every time I look in the mirror.
Is it all girl talk, is it?
Girls talk. That's it. That's it. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, she's part of my life, and I am her. So I'm
Puerto de la
curious.
Cruz. Yeah, Puerto de la Cruz. Yeah. Helicopter on the way. Okay.
Let me know in the chat if you resonate with that, if you if it has happened to you as well, and also in the chat, we would like to know, yeah, how what kind of advice you would give to your younger self, um, now that you are more experienced and probably yeah, enjoying life more now, and when you're looking back to the problems you might have had in the past, were they really that big of a problem from your point of view now? Let us know in the chat. Okay.
That reminds me of
So
what my dad used to tell me. My dad used to say, "One day, Tim, you'll look back and laugh." When anything ever happened, you just say, "One day you'll look back and laugh," and I always have. To tell you the truth.
yeah,
Yeah, true.
so
True.
so would you like some of the things that you've done in the past, when you look at it now, how how what kind of advice would you give, or would you have given your younger self?
Well, basically, the two things that I would give my younger self is look after your teeth and don't eat so much. Those are the two main things, right?
And Tim, sorry to interrupt, and look after your wife, because she's gone from the screen.
I didn't have a wife then. Oh, no, she's back. She's back. It's
And
just
now
I'm
she's
talking,
back.
so yeah. I can do this as well.
Okay, all right.
So we can either be both on, me on, or Chris on.
Oh, all right, okay,
Just for
It's
the
a-
viewers at home. Just to show off being technical, you know.
okay,
Right.
all right. Yeah.
So basically, my advice to if I could go back in a time machine, I'd say buy Bitcoin. Yeah, first thing. But I would go back and I would sort of say, never, always look after yourself first, your loved ones second, and the rest of the world when you can. You know, it's a bit like you're saying, filling the cup up, your cup up first,
Yeah.
and then fill everybody else's cup. So I would definitely do that. And the other thing is, plan to retire at 45. So don't work for the man until you drop. Because if you start, let's say at 16, putting stuff away, you know, if you putting money away or getting a fund ready or an insurance or something, if you start at 16, compound interest is going to make you a millionaire by the time you're 40. You know, and I just wish that I'd known about financing in the old days. So that's health first, and then be selfish, but don't be cruel. Yeah, and you know, like the cup runneth over, and
Yeah.
your teeth, and don't eat so much. Basically.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I can agree with a lot of those things. Yes, I mean the cup thing. We've already said this. How else are you going to take care of any of your loved ones if you are depleted, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, let me see in the chat. There are a few comments here. Trisha says, I would say not to worry so much of what other people think. Yes, that's a good one, Trisha.
Very good one, Trisha. Very good.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, the opinions of others, they, yeah, don't have to be yours. And in the end, it's just opinion, and that can change. They're all beliefs. and beliefs can change. Very flexible. Denise is saying, my younger self would say, enjoy your mom and dad's company more. Oh yeah, yes, that's a tricky one. That's, I think, as we go through life stages, um, I I don't know. When I was younger, there were times when I maybe took them too much for granted, or that they would always be there, or that there would be plenty of time. But that's yeah, it's good advice, that one. Yeah, I like that one. Spending quality time with them. As when I moved here to Tenerife in 2003, I think that's where I became more aware of that, actually. So I made it a thing that whenever my parents came to visit, um, I would really make time for them, so that we could do things together. Whereas it happens quite a lot if you spend time with or live with your parents or live close by. Then it happens quickly that you can take them for granted, because
Yeah.
it's always there. It's always they're always in reach. But if you don't get to see them as often, then you really try to harness the time and make it really precious and memorable. Yeah, I love
My
that
mum
one.
would have loved it here. I mean, both my parents were dead when we moved here in 2014, and Christina's parents were alive, but they didn't come. No, no.
Oh,
But my mum would have loved it here. My dad, he used to. My mum died first, and she'd follow me all over the world. So wherever I was, she'd come over and visit. And because my dad looked after the dogs, and then when she died, my sister looked after the dogs, and my dad came over. So in Germany, so he loved coming to Germany because he loved sitting in the beer gardens and just chewing the fat with my mates and stuff. So that was quite good. But my mum would have loved it here. She'd have been over every weekend with a cheap EasyJet flight from Liverpool or something like that.
Yeah, I bet.
I've got to go
And
and sort something out in the kitchen. I'm going to leave you with Chris for a second. I'll be right back.
yeah, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Michael McGuinness, the mind coach, is saying rejection is sometimes redirection. Oh yes, that's a good one too. I love that one. Yes, I mean rejection sounds cruel, or can feel quite negative. However, even like in business, it can be very useful. The more rejection you get, actually, or in whatever life situation, the better you are equipped um, to flourish. Actually, yeah, I like that one. Yeah, get comfortable with rejection. Yeah, that's a good one. And let's see. Oh, Anne Marie. Oh, thanks for making it. Thank you. Oh, Anne Marie and David, they are both uh, going to a wedding tomorrow, I think it is, right? So they're in Spain as well. So thank you for making it tonight and being here with us. Good evening, Juliane, Ian, Tim, and Chris, and all from beautiful balcony de Europa Neja. We are on babysitting duties tonight. Yep, and you are still here on your duty with food for thought. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um, Next one. Let's see. Marie Alti says, I just wish I could be more patient and confident in myself. Yes, patience is a big one. Yeah, patience. Being more patient. And yeah, and confidence, that's something to cultivate throughout life, and trying to do that with small things first, and then step by step getting more confidence.
I think the step
Um,
towards confidence in my mind is learning not to worry about making mistakes, first of all.
yeah,
And secondly, realizing that what other people think of you is none of your business.
yeah, absolutely. That's yeah, it's really true, Tim. and and daring to do something. Nothing can ever go wrong, actually. And you we tend to think that we are alone or left alone, but no. There are moments in life when yes, that can feel like that. um, but in the end, it's trusting in yourself, and trusting that you actually have support. Um, Maybe not from the ones you thought you would get support, but there's always, yeah, other people out there who would support and help. Um, or even your own realization, um, if you think differently, around the corner and outside the box, then you sometimes come up with brilliant solutions. I remember years, as you say, the confidence. I remember years ago, I would not be a very confident driver, and then at some point I felt like, oh yes, I'm too comfortable. I'm totally in my comfort zone here. So I was forced to get out of that comfort zone, because obviously I wanted to go places, and I wanted to be able to drive to certain areas and in certain areas. So I really had to make myself comfortable, and it didn't happen like right away. It was just um, small incremental changes that happened, and then that one route, wow, I accomplished that. And then the next time, I maybe took a different route in the car, and I was really proud that I could actually overcome that fear,
So you
which
don't have to warn people that you're coming anymore.
no, no, I'm not driving into a wall either. No,
I'll be driving next Sunday. Okay, everybody stay home.
no, but it was a fear that I had, because of accidents that happened in the past, and mm, but there was nothing to really be afraid of.
No.
And it's just doing it little by little, and gaining that confidence back, and actually also celebrating those small achievements. I mean, you are really pumped then, and really thrilled that yes, you can do that one thing, and the next time I'm going to do another thing, and then you can actually plan ahead, and make your vision a little bit bigger, because then yes, you gain more confidence in yourself. Yeah.
My dad went through a bit of a, what was it called? Midlife crisis, I would say. And he bought a Lancia Fulva Regatta, one of these sports cars. It looked like an E-Type Jag, right? And anyway, so he was out at work and he gave it to my mum, and my mum was taking me down to Wales for the weekend, and she wasn't a really confident driver, but she was driving down the motorway, and I said, "You're going a bit fast, Mum." And she said, "I'm only doing 80," she said. And she was looking at the rev counter. She was doing like 110 miles
Oh
an
my
hour.
God.
Yeah. And so yeah, she was quite a confident driver.
Yep. Oh, 10. Let's see. We've got a few more in here. Yes, David is saying in a restaurant for a little snack before we go babysitting. Okay. All right. Thanks for being here. Thank you very much. Ian, what advice would you give your younger self?
First thing I would be saying to myself is uh, staying healthy and be happy. I would start off with that. You actually hit on quite a few things that I would be thinking about myself. I would be starting off being able to trust yourself, have faith in yourself, what you're doing. One thing I would say is don't self sabotage yourself of what you're doing and what you're saying. I, w- I would be saying reflect on your good times. Uh, give yourself maybe a bit of encouragement and maybe a few wise words to yourself. Um, think about your think about your uh, thinking about your life as looking after yourself and love, maybe in your working situation. Again, family friendships, looking after family friendships. Family friendships can be fragile sometimes. So I would be sort of looking back probably on that. It's what would you say? It's like writing a letter to yourself, isn't it? Really, when you start going into it, I would I would be saying, if I was taking time to do it, I'd be saying, get myself a sheet of paper or a notebook or something, and just start writing down all the good things, all the good information that you've picked up over your years that you want to pass on. Actually, when we're talking about yourself, but you maybe want to pass that information on to your children, maybe your grandkids as well
Yeah.
when you're coming up. Information, good information, pass it on to them. Probably
Yeah.
highlighting maybe an education. Probably learn, uh, telling them how to study hard. Um, when you study hard, you can get good grades at the end of the day, and that helps you. That helps you in your life. Maybe something, maybe something personally. I maybe should have studied. Looking back at myself, and maybe said, well, I should have carried that course on further.
Yeah.
So get all that down in your wee notebook, and then probably sit and have a read through it. Just sit yourself in a nice quiet corner or something with a nice glass of wine, and just sit and read through all your notes.
Sounds good.
Uh-huh.
I actually bought something the other day, well, a couple of months ago, which it's called the Life Story Interview Kit.
Ooh, interesting.
It was interesting. It's a set of cards, and it's split up in early life, midlife, and later life. And it asks questions, and you can actually either interview. It's designed to interview your parents or your grandparents, so
Oh,
that you
that's
can learn
great.
about them.
I love
And
that.
yeah, it is. And is there anything you would have done differently during your teenage years, for instance? So it gives you a fantastic set of questions to ask people, but you can also ask them yourself, to yourself,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and leave that as a legacy. So I'm using it at the moment to interview people, that I meet,
Good.
and I've done it 2 or 3 times now, and it's worked quite well. And people have said, "Oh, those are interesting questions." I took a subset of these, which are not in here, this in my bag, and it's about 8 questions or 9 questions. I just asked them, but I do recommend the life story interview kit. I think it's by Pipdex. There's
That's
150.
fabulous. I love that. That's really good.
I'll send you a link, and maybe you can put it in the description if you want.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't get paid for that, so but that would be something that maybe I would tell my younger self to go and ask more about my great grandparents.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know the names of my great grandparents. I don't even know.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yes, it's true. I remember my parents being very interested and always in knowing about the stories my grandparents would tell, and I wasn't interested enough at that time to be interested in that. But now I am. So I think it's always there's always a time and a place for everything. And sometimes, unfortunately, life goes too quickly, and then it's over. So yes, not taking anything for granted, and really making also your parents a priority at times. Um, I know if there are situations in the family where you don't necessarily speak to your parents, or there is some kind of trouble, then mm, it's always useful to work on forgiveness, and forgiving yourself for thinking a certain way, and for not having your heart as open as it should be, and also forgiving your parents for not knowing better at that certain time, and they might not know that you heard so much from what they did, but yes, working through that forgiveness can heal a lot, and can like flush out all this negativity. Actually, there was a comment on here. Did I don't really see it anymore. Ah, yeah.
That one. That one.
Jack Bell. Jack
Yep.
Bell said, "I didn't study hard enough, but looking back, I learned more to be practical with my hands, which has paid off over the years, and now I like to learn." Yes, yeah, yes, absolutely. I mm, I can relate to that one. There's, as I said, time and the place, and if that was more in alignment with you at that certain period of your lifetime, then go for it. Um, and then picking up learning maybe later on, when you actually know what you are interested in learning, because oftentimes I found it for my own self that throughout the school years there was this curriculum that you had to learn. There was this, well, you have to, and you have to study this, and make a decision, quick decision, what you're gonna go study then at university. But at certain times, and not everyone is ticking the same way. Everyone is totally different, and some people know later in life what they're actually meant to be studying more in depth. So yeah, I can relate to that one. Let's see.
I think what you're saying there, actually, Julianne, and what Jack was saying there, when you're young, uh, it becomes hard sometimes to concentrate on learning, because as a young person, you want to fit in with
Yeah,
the rest of the gang.
yeah,
So you sort of you wander, Uh, you try to fit in, and you try to please people as well. You try to please maybe your parents. You try to please your tutors, etc. On
Yeah.
that. Um, it's again learn how to take a stand for yourself, and believe in yourself again as well.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wise Irishman. I haven't seen the Wise Irishman before, so welcome here on the channel. I always like wise things and wise people. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is your journey. That's it. Yes, absolutely. And I personally, the advice I would give my younger self is know, like, know thyself, know yourself really, really well. Because the thing is that your parents, even though they know you, or your friends, they know you, they see you through their lens. They see you through their own eyes, how they want to see perceive you, with their own mind, and with their own limiting beliefs. They see you and perceive you. And only you know who you really are. So it's always good to know more about yourself, to know more about how you make decisions. For instance, are you someone who who likes to consult other people for making decisions? Are you somebody who embraces solitude to make decisions? Are you somebody who needs time to make decisions? Are you someone who cannot make a decision right in the moment? That's really important to know yourself more and more, and to be okay, and to love and embrace yourself with who you are. Actually, there will be things that you say, wow, oh, I would rather be this, because the grass is always greener on the other side syndrome kind of thing. um, but um, but you are perfect, um, and the way you are. It's just accepting who you are, and learning how you tick, and how to set maybe healthy boundaries, so that others cannot like overrun you with their authority, and with their own thinking, because you are really then stable in your own self. So yeah, I can relate to this one. Thank you very much, the Wise Irishman. Very wise words. Let's see. Denise is saying, yes, Julianne, you're right, but you also spend your youth being angry with your parents, and it's and it's wasted time. Yep. It's part of the journey, I guess. It's part of it. I guess that's the hero journey, isn't it?
But
Yeah, I
they
like that.
also spent the adulthood being angry with me.
Your
Uh,
parents spend time being angry with you.
yeah, uh,
Okay,
they were right.
they were right. Okay, Chris, now it's up to you. Talk. What advice would you give your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to ask for help whenever you need it. Because I was that proud and I never
Uh-huh.
wanted to ask for
Yeah.
help. And I
Okay.
wanted to fix everything myself.
She's learnt that now. Help! Help!
Help, yeah, are you the man?
I was gonna say, and then Tim came along.
Everybody needs a Timmy baby.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true. That's true. Is there anything else you would you would advise your younger self?
Well, that's about it.
Don't go out with that bunter Englander.
Right. Right.
And I would want to ask you, Chris, do you sometimes talk to your younger self or not?
No.
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 No, don't beat around the bush. Give a straight answer.
No.
No.
I might be saying you had a good time, but no, you fucked it.
She did have a good time, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first met her, you would not believe. She was like a rebel. Leather jacket with fringes, and I bought you that, didn't
And mini skirt, right?
I? Yeah. Cigarettes, whiskey, and she'd go down the Irish pub and pick up a man when she needed one.
Yeah, but I didn't need one too often.
That's true.
Not. Oh my God. Yes. So, Chris, you grew up with how many siblings?
3.
3. Yeah.
And every one of us were totally different.
Uh-huh.
True.
Totally. And I had a hard time because I was the second. And my elder sister was so... She
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
would you say that you like the advice you would give your younger self, that asking for help, that has to do with being the middle child?
Probably. But I didn't particularly want help from a family. But that came later when Stephanie was born.
Yeah.
It was a bit much for me at first. And then I thought I'd never call my mom to come here because she thinks I can do it. And my mom thought I won't interfere too much because young
That's what
kids.
happens when you don't talk to each other, isn't
Yeah.
it? Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
We should talk.
That's another
Yeah.
thing. Telly's us. Talk to each
Yeah.
other.
That's
Let people know what you want.
that's true. Finding the right communication skills. Yes.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I used to come home from work and she'd be stood at the. We used to live in Landsverderstrasse next to a gas station on a main road, and it was an old house above a conditorei. What's a conditorei in English? Like a sweet shop.
Bakery.
It was a bakery that bakes confection. A
Yeah.
confectioner's. That's what it is.
Yes. Nice
So
cakes. Fancy cakes.
we lived above. No, they did all the little. They did chocolates as well. So they did all the little chocolates and everything, and it was like 3 big wooden stairs going up to our big wooden door, wasn't it? With the glass and the iron grill, and she'd be stood on the landing with Stephanie in her hands. Like, that's yours now. So then I'd go and sort her out, wouldn't I?
So, Chris, was it easy for you then to ask Tim for help?
Yeah, that was easy. it was.
Sorry, did you say ask?
Ask.
Did
He
she say
made
ask?
this baby. It was basically his.
Cabans.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, obviously you were meant for each other. So
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, that's good.
Oh, here we
Let's
go.
see in the chat. Oh, yes, there are a few more. We have 36 people watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Angry Velo's been commenting, and I don't
Over
see
here.
you reading any of that out.
I haven't
I've
seen any
spotted
of
them.
his. Okay,
Yeah,
Tina
there is.
Rigby says you
It's,
can teach experience, and many things you can only realize after the experience of life.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yes, yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people tell the experience, and you might be warned, or you might be um, excited to do the same. But in the end, it's your journey, as the Irish wise man said. It's your own journey, and you decide. Angry Velo. Albert Einstein was quoted, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow." Yep, love that one. Yeah,
But he
that's
was
it.
saying when he was young, he always around people with good body, physically bigger and stronger. If I only knew what I do now, I should have been more body confident. He's saying that was back. That was way back. That's before the Albert Einstein one.
I haven't seen that comment. Oh my God, there are so many. Oh,
I think it's that one.
yeah. When I was young, I was always around people with good bodies physically bigger and stronger. If I only knew what I do now, I should have been more body confident. Yeah, yeah.
So the wise Irishman says, so Chris had a low sex drive when she was young. No.
Let's see. Let's see. David says, "My words to my younger self would be, you will far exceed your wildest expectations in your career. So stop worrying." Yeah, yeah, yes. The I think yes. It's actually it's easy to say worrying is wasted energy, or it's um like the opposite of working with the divine, with God or the universe. So the opposite of praying. Um, but yeah, yeah, as humans, we are all like that. So it's not that it hasn't gotten us anywhere. It also has its good side, because it has kept us safe in many situations. But also realizing always that balance of what is actually now worrying. Am I self-sabotaging, as Ian said, or is it bringing me or pushing me further to where I actually want to go? Trisha says, "I'm still learning who I am even in my 70s." Yep, that's a never-ending journey, I think. and 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 I think it's something to embrace. I think it's wonderful to have a community with people who want to learn. And I want to be learning more and more and more about myself, and and be forgiving with my younger self as well, with things that yeah, that I maybe decided not so ideally. Angry Velo says, "Trisha, with my age-related memory, I forget who I am most days, so I'm a new person every day." Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you always start every day new. Every day. Oh, there are so many comments. I cannot even um did I do this one? Ah, yeah. Maybe not take things too personally. Confidence is hard, especially if people keep putting you down. Yeah. Um, the the first bit is really good. The not taking things too personally. Knowing, yeah, knowing who you are, also knowing about the boundaries you maybe have to set for yourself and for others. in order to feel comfortable with your own self, and that you are not being pushed too much to over the edge. So so knowing really well what are your boundaries, and there are different boundaries to set. I teach that as well in my courses, and it helps. Yeah, it helps a lot of people in their life. That boundary setting and knowing about their boundaries. If you don't live for today, tomorrow may never come. Yep, always live the best you can in today, I guess. Yeah, and there are days where not every day is the same, and not every day you're going to be having a super wonderful day, but those days are also not wasted. They have their purpose, and I think fighting against that is yeah, not a good idea. It's wasting energy. Trisha, we did that one. I would say to my younger self, don't put things off. Do them while you can. Travel more. Be adventurous. Have the confidence in yourself. Yep. Yes, traveling, yes. And you guys in the chat, a lot of you love traveling to Tenerife. I know that a lot of you are coming back very soon, and we're all going to meet up. Yeah, so traveling is always good and broadens your mind. Angry Velo, do you think if we had the back to the future experience, would your younger self actually listen to your older self? Would we just be determined to make the same mistakes? Yep.
I would have
Yeah,
said, "Get out of the way, fatso."
I was thinking that the other day. I was thinking like if I was reincarnated in another in my next lifetime, if I would remember anything that I'm experiencing now, and would that make any difference in my reincarnated life? I don't know. But that's a good question, actually.
I remember all my past lives. I was a king, I was a prince, I was a magician, I was a very famous person. I don't know what happened to this bloody one, you know?
You,
Why is
you're
it all
still a
my past
magician.
lives I'm somebody famous, and then in this life I'm nobody?
You are the most wonderful husband.
Oh, maybe I'm getting closer to Nirvana.
Yep, that's it.
Smells like teen spirit to me.
Teen spirits. Yep.
Exactly.
I love that one. Anne Marie says, I would tell my younger self to listen to my mother and take her advice more to avoid making mistakes. I regretted also to take a different career path like counseling. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Anne Marie, you would have made an excellent counselor. You are.
Thanks,
Um,
Tricia.
and I mean, it's never too late in life to do and try new things. That's my belief. Yeah, I mean, people have different beliefs, but that's my belief, and I really want to live by that. I don't know how my energy will be in 30 years, but still, I would really like to believe that, and that it's always worthwhile trying new things, even in career, and even if it's just a hobby.
Was that
Um,
North Korea or South Korea?
God, no, that's Central Korea.
Central Korea. That's what we should have. We should have Central Korea.
Yeah, That's it. Then
The wise Irishman says, Tim, past lives are a figment of your imagination. Wise Irishman, you're a figment of my imagination. I create my reality as we speak. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Uh-huh.
Ja, dreimal schwarzer Kater. Oh, let's see. Marie Alti says both parents okay. Both parents wasn't supported. Whatever I did, I was wise at the age of 8. Left home at 19. Yeah, that it's a good point you're making there, and that is what I meant earlier on as well. Even if your parents didn't know how to teach you or prepare you for life, forgive them for that, and it's good that the universe had you're always provided for, no matter by who or by what. So in this case, you say that you got your street smarts at the age of 8. So I mean that's a big thing.
All I got
And
at the age of 8 was Smarties.
viele bunte Smarties.
My dad's reincarnation of a fly is annoying me now. Don't get him.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, even the streets and oftentimes the streets and the friend circle can teach you valuable lessons. Yeah, good one there.
Tricia says I'm getting famous, and Graham says I'm getting infamous.
Angry Valor. When I was young, I was always around people with good. Oh no, we already had this one. Oh
Yeah,
my
we did
God,
that
I'm
one, yeah.
so behind.
You are behind, yeah. Get
Oh
down
my
to the bottom.
God. There are
You're
so
half an
many.
hour behind.
What? Oh my God.
Right, just relax. What we need to do is Ian needs to go through the things, and he can star. He can select them for you, and then all you need to do is to go and filter on the favourites and just read out the favourites.
Oh
So
my
Ian,
God.
Unfortunately I can't do it because I'm not in
Uh,
the group
Oh
Come
anymore.
in.
God.
Come in.
But if you go in and just favourite the ones that to read out, and then just leave the ones that are just saying hi to everybody, and then you can go in and just do the ones that are there. And when we get hundreds of people watching in next month, because we're going to push this, we're going to have to do that.
My God. And I still need to figure out a few things like the comments showing up afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my God. Thank you everyone for all the comments in there. So Jack Bell says, agree with Marie, being streetwise got me through a lot when I was young and still today. When we were young, you had to learn fast. Yeah. Yeah, and nowadays also really fast, keeping up with technology and on top of everything. Yeah. So Anne Marie says no point regretting your past, as it's gonna uh, as it's gone. Deal with that. Deal with what you can today and look forward. My late mom said no point in worrying about something you can do nothing about. Health is wealth. Yep, absolutely, that's true. Yeah, making that peace, and letting it go. And yes, it's tricky sometimes. It can be, and especially if things are very close to our heart, and expectations are tied to it. We tend to really tie those memories or regrets to our hearts, but that only prevents us from reopening them. So I mean, there are a few ways to actually reopen your heart, because in the end we want our hearts to keep them open for love coming in, and for us to be able to pour out love. When they are closed, we're not going to be able to receive love or to give love. So let's see.
My dad used to say, if you got a problem, Tim, solve it, which I thought was a bit harsh. And then he said, if you can't solve it, it ceases to become a problem. It's a situation over which you've no control, so deal with it or forget it. And the forget it bit, that was a befreiung. It was freedom for
Yeah.
me. So I was really worried. I got a problem. I can't solve it. And he said, no, it's not a problem if you can't solve it. If it's an unsolvable problem, it's a situation over which you've no control. Just forget it. And I thought that was pretty good as well.
Yeah. The wise Irish man says, no matter what life you live, life is a stage. If you celebrate the drama, there is no problem. Yep. And make your own self the star of the story on stage. Yeah.
You too can have an accent like mine for only $39.95 down and 3 easy payments of $9.95.
I haven't heard that one for a long time.
I thought I'd do it for you there.
Oh, let's see. Angry Velo says, I had a fantastic childhood. However, I knew both my parents were alcoholics, and I left home at 16. I have always had a very healthy relationship with my parents, but I didn't like their addiction. Yeah. Yes.
My daughter has the same problem.
No. Come on. Come on.
Our daughter, sorry. Our
Yeah.
daughter.
Yes. So, Ian, we're
Think we're
coming
caught
up
up
to
on
the
you.
hour. Do you have
Think we're caught up.
any more wise advice? Wise advice.
What did I say? What did I say earlier on? Get a piece of paper or get a notebook out, write it down. I think by the comments and that and everything that's gone up tonight in the chat, I would need another notebook.
Yep.
Very, very interesting.
Just use a
Let's
journal on
face
your
it.
iPhone.
Aye, life is full of surprises. When you think you have it all figured out, something comes along to remind you that you don't know everything. You never stop learning. That's what life is all about,
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
I've got half a dozen tips here. Uh, you could write there in your notebook. Life is not a dress rehearsal.
Mm.
Make the most of every opportunity. You can be anything you want to be. So dream big and work hard. Learn as much as you can. Knowledge is power.
Mm.
Appreciate the simple things. They are often the most precious things of all. Make time for fun and relaxation. Work hard, but don't forget to play hard. Never give up. Even when things are tough, remember that challenges make us stronger.
Thank you. Yes. Thanks for being with us. Yeah. Emma, I'm saying, Trisha is saying a very good choice of topic tonight. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Um, let's see. Emma says, sometimes it's painful to look back on some of your childhood. Yeah. Yes. Especially if there's trauma um, moving still in the present moment. But we are here to cut it and to actually heal it. And as Tim said, that goes really well with talking. I believe it's important to find safe environments where you feel safe to talk about certain things that have happened to you that still impact your day to day now, um, and to be heard and seen in that state as well. It is important. So a safe place is key. And sometimes, especially if we are in family, yes, the family bond is important. However, as I said, they come with their own limiting beliefs and their own expectations. So when healing that trauma and those issues from the past, then it's always wise to be on neutral ground. Somebody who can actually have a container for you, or carry that information in a container that is safe and that is not gonna spoil your idea and your beliefs. They they are very neutral. So yeah,
Like a
um,
virtual Tupperware.
yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, containers. It's I like that concept actually, because even though you find that you have trust in your family or friends, they might not always be the right people to talk to, because obviously they like you very much, they love you very much, I mean, that's what we hope they do. um, and so they won't be always able to hold that information. So they might seek relief somewhere else, but then it's spilling over to places where it doesn't belong. And that's what I mean with a safe space.
Yeah.
So yeah, and in my case, I mean, I have been working with mentors in the past. It has helped me a great deal, and since I have become a mentor in 2018, I've helped people with certain issues as well, moving on in their life and putting them in better positions. So yeah, you
So a
can
shameless plug. If we needed your services, how do we get hold of you?
You can email me. Let's see if I find that tech thingy here. Let's see.
Because
There we
you
go.
do this for a job. I mean, it is a job as well as your passion,
Yeah, it's my work.
and it
It's
is your
my
work.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I do. Besides, I mean, I work as a holistic mentor, um, doing yeah, helping people exactly with those trauma bonds, with setting boundaries, with overcoming limiting beliefs, and with stepping more into their power and their authentic self, knowing yourself more and embracing yourself. The biggest thing I always find is coming back to loving yourself, which we as individuals, we have so much resistance in loving ourselves. And it can be so hard for some people to actually look into a mirror and say, I love you, I love you. uh, that can be quite painful for some. So loving yourself and coming always back to be worthy of being loved and loving yourself even more, and that sometimes it means cutting off things that are not good for you. Yeah.
Even
So
just saying that I love you in the mirror after brushing your teeth and taking some deep breaths, and that's been proven to be helpful for mental health and for your daily setup. So
yeah,
it's. I used to be a bit skeptical, with crystals and shaking bone rat. I used to be a real skeptic, but to the science of vibration and to the spiritual vibration, they're coming closer and closer together now.
absolutely.
I just hope we don't end up as in the witch hunts like the last time, you know.
Oh
So
yeah.
so I mean,
Yes.
keep the science and keep the spirituality,
Yeah.
but don't lose one without the other. Is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say.
Yes, absolutely.
Didn't mean to go that deep, but there you go.
No, but thank you for that. You're right there. Yeah. I think science and spirituality are coming more and more together, and recognizing their power. So let's see. It's all about
Yes, exactly.
updating the mental software. Install, yes, install and deinstall, or whatever you might want. Delete, delete. That's the word
Delete.
I was looking for.
The Wise
Delete.
Irishman. I always ask this: if you have a channel that doesn't show your name, we'd like to know your name, if that's okay. If you feel confident enough to share that with us, we'd love to know what you're really called.
Okay. Yes, I mean angry Velo. I also know that he's not an angry bicycle.
Graham.
But I have
Graham.
met him before. We've met him, so I know I know who he is. He showed face.
Graham.
Oh, let's
The
see.
Bruins were from Dundee, but they were unrealistic Drunonian family. There were 6 children, and they all had the same dad. I don't know what that was in answer to, but it sounds funny. Is that?
I don't know where's that.
Where was
Ah, the
that?
It's
Graham.
it's about four comments up from the bottom.
Uh,
Okay, 4 comments. 1, 2, 3.
I did see it someplace.
Here.
Why?
Yeah. All right. The Bruins were from Dundee, but they were an unrealistic Dundonian family. Ooh,
Yep,
Dundonian. That's what
yep,
they're called when they're from Dundee.
that's correct.
Dundonian. There were 6 children, and they all had the same dad.
That's correct.
Maybe that's not normal in Dundee.
Celebration time.
Tina's going. See you, Tina.
Let's see. Jack Bell says, "I love a good day, hard work. Always feel better, even though I'm nearly 60."
Young
Yeah,
whippersnapper.
that's actually um, um, works for a lot of people. They feeling that accomplishment, and then feeling that satisfaction. Yes, I did something today, and I did something worthwhile. And then you go to bed and sleep like a baby.
What? Crying and shitting your pants?
No. Emma, agree. I had a very hard childhood, and blame that on my issues today. But I have learned to put that in my past and enjoy every day the best I can. Yeah, it is. Yeah, learning with coping with it. Yeah.
Graham
Um,
saying, I know are fashionable to have a cold water swimming, etc. However, I feel a warm shower in the morning allows me to clear my head for the day ahead, right? Now, Giuliani, Are you going to tell him what Warmduscher means?
Warmduscher? No.
It's
Oh,
actually it's an insult actually in German. It's to call somebody a Warmduscher, somebody who showers warm. Yeah. You
yeah.
have to be very, very. You have to shower in the cold water.
In the cold water,
In
yes.
the cold water.
In the cold water.
I used to know a guy that would go around just saying tick, 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 and then Christina went up to him and says, "We have ways of making you talk."
Oh, joke.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
jokes
Okay,
are
let's.
the best.
Alrighty. Tina says, thank you, Juliana, Ian, Tim, and Christine. Interesting discussion as always. Many thanks. And bye, everyone. Goodbye, Tina. Thank you
Thank
for all
you.
your comments. Yes, Tim and Chris, your last words. We already heard Ian.
You first, Chris.
No, Chris
Yeah.
first.
I just say I'm a dreamer, and I've always been. So it's easy for me to just forget hard times and dream myself back to the past.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You were a dreamer before you got ill, but now you're ill. It's
Even better.
even better. Yeah. Yeah. If there was a thing that you could like plug into your brain and sort of like live in your dreams, would you do it
Don't think so.
technologically?
No.
I could play you like a video game then, couldn't
We
Ooh,
don't want that.
I? Uh-huh. So my
that can
my
be
early
dangerous.
self, looking back at me, I was always a chancer. I always took chances. I always grasped the moment. I never looked back after making a massive change, and I've made lots of massive changes in my life. You know, I mean, even looking back now, I feel like I've lived a very, very long time because I can look at different sections of my life which have changed. I've experienced a lot of different things. My Christina's siblings, for instance, they've like been born and brought up and in the same village in Bavaria, and they know people today that they went to kindergarten with, you know. And sometimes when they're looking back at their lives, it seems very quick. Oh, it was only 2 minutes that this happened and 3 minutes. But I think that is the secret: is to change drastically every 5 to 10 years your life. Just change it, and then when you look back, you get more for it. So if I was to go back, I would just make sure that that was ingrained in me. Don't forget to make drastic changes in your life to make your life seem longer.
Yeah, good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I can relate. I can relate to that, and at the same time, I would also say that learning to be comfortable being bored at some time has helped me a lot.
Comfortable at being bored.
Yeah,
That's a very interesting concept because boredom
yeah.
is a state of mind.
Well, yes, it is.
Yeah. It's just a state of mind.
But what it actually means, if you really think about that, if you only have yourself, and I'm not saying that, all right, you are alone, and you're not surrounded maybe by friends or your family or partner or whatever, and then what do? I distract myself with some entertainment going on YouTube or on some other channel. No, that's not what I mean. Really, being as a kid, because I was raised and grew up as an only child, it felt sometimes as if I was bored. Um, However, I also had the greatest time, and I was also quite like Christine said, a dreamer. And I played a lot with my imagination because there wasn't really much going on. So
True.
I think this theme kept moving throughout my life as well, and now I feel comfortable with that, and actually embrace that I don't necessarily have to be constantly distracted or yeah,
Stimulated, I think is the word.
stimulated. That's a good word. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
But
Yeah.
I've just realised that I haven't been bored since I was a kid, right? And the only times I was bored when I was a kid, when I was forced to do something I didn't want to do,
Uh-huh.
like sit in a church or sit and be quiet somewhere because adults are talking or whatever. And they wouldn't allow me to go and do what I wanted to do, so therefore I was only bored when I was restricted by somebody else.
Hmm.
As soon as I have free reign of myself, I'm never bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. That's why implementing those knowing yourself moments and
Mm-hmm.
knowing what you like to play,
Mm-hmm.
what you enjoy doing,
Mm-hmm.
and what is giving you that flow. Where are you in the zone? What is that certain something that lets you be at ease and very comfortable with yourself, not worrying, not too much excitement, in the flow.
Trisha
And
says you need to be comfortable in your skin, and I am because I've got so much room.
yes, I would say, yeah, keep your attitude right, keep it good, be forgiving with yourself, and love yourself uh, a little bit more every day. um,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's love
I'm done.
yourself through the hardships.
I'm
So
done.
yes, thank you every one of you in the chat, and for bombarding us in a good way with all your lovely comments.
Oh, just
And
one thing. The wise Irishman. If you're not comfortable with mentioning who you are, that's also okay. I
exactly,
didn't want to put
yeah,
you on the spot there. No.
no, no, absolutely not. Thank you for all your lovely contribution tonight, and yes, see you next month with a guest and a new guest apart from the team. And yeah, have a good month and love yourself even more. Thank you. Bye.
Bye
See
Bye.
all.
ya.
Bye all.
See ya. Good night.
Yeah.
Bye
Good
all.
night. Good night.
Bye.
Muchísimas
Good night all.
gracias. Thank you. And